Good morning. It's almost noon, actually. Well, late. It is Tuesday, September 24th. I am once again in the Munich train station. I'm doing a tour, a walking tour today. So I wanted to show you, sorry about the finger. There's this artwork way up there. I kind of like it. And this is the old part of the train station. And again, another Springle candy place. That's four locations in the train station. It must be really good candy. So I'm meeting my group in front of the tourist information. So we're gonna tour Zurich today. All right, this is my tour group, and the woman in the blue is Jen. Not Jen, this is Jen. This is Ella, she's our tour guide. And Jen is my new friend from Australia. Wave. Walking along the river. Yeah, this is a really pretty walk. I wasn't here yesterday, so I decided to do a walk because you just learn more, and I've already learned a ton of history. So yesterday was fun, but today will be very informative. Oh!
Thank you very much. So this syrup needs to be mixed with water. As such, it's too sweet. Far too sweet.
Okay, so we mix it with water from the fountain.
Yes.
Very good. And we are walking up to Lindenhof. But there's this just beautifully decorated building that we're just passing by. No story to it. And we are in Lindenhof again. And I don't think I got this yesterday when I posted my video when I was up here. I don't think I got this view. So it's so pretty.
Between two chains.
And back up in Lindenhof.
Location also impacts to this.
I know I did this yesterday, but
side, which is in front of us,
it's kind of a nicer day today.
Just the sun is shining.
All right, this is very interesting. It's an old building. It's talking about, I guess Goethe was here, but now it's a tiki bar. Yay! And yes, this is what you think it might be. It is the Condomeria. They have 13 plus condom sizes. So there you go.
It is a painting. It's not a sticker. It's really painted by hand. What do you see?
It's very
what
tiny.
do you see? What does this? What doesn't it?
And this is a beautiful little square we're at on the eastern side of the old city of Zurich. Really, really charming. And there's another gum picture. That's very interesting. Gum. And we are going in, well, I don't know if we're going into this church, but this is the church with the two towers. We're stopping here. All right, and we are by this Großmünster church. And the doors are just gorgeous, carved wood. But my group is leaving, so I've got to follow. And the sun has come out. We're crossing the bridge back to the west side, but it's just a beautiful view. So I am in the Fraumünster Church. It's the oldest church in Zurich. I think she said it was built in the 800s, and it's famous for its Chagall windows. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. And this is from the front of the church, looking at the incredible organ and the beautiful stained glass window, which was made in 1953, but the artist who made it used medieval techniques. So It's very bright and luminous, is what the pamphlet said. And I'm going to go behind the rood screen. This is a rood screen. And sorry about the paper. It's got the 4 evangelists. So we're going to go check out the Chagall. There are 6 windows, and I read about them and I can't remember exactly. One's a Jacob window, the Christ window. There's one for Moses. This is the Moses window. Interesting thing is, Chagall did not start doing stained glass until he was in his 70s. And he came to the dedication of the windows when he was 83. So he was clearly in his 80s when he did this. And then here's the ceiling. This is gorgeous. And this church that I didn't know in the video yesterday, this is the Fraumünster Church. Yeah, I said when I was in this square yesterday that I didn't know what it was called. So I was just in there. That's where the Chagall windows are. But look what they've done since yesterday. They put a starting line for the bike race. And the Kunsthaus is still there. But there is tons of construction stuff here. So I could have walked to the museum, but because my 24-hour pass includes transport, I'm taking a tram. All right, I made it to the museum, the Kunsthaus Art Museum. It's the largest art museum in Switzerland. And it's this huge, the lobby's this huge, expansive space. Yeah. So we're gonna see some art. So I'm in the wing. It's the collection of Emile Bleu, and this is a Renoir. And this is a profound exhibit. That's the story of the girl in the painting. She was the only survivor of her family from the Nazi death camps. And y'all, anybody who's been following me for a while know I absolutely love Monet's. The gentleman who donated this, Emile Bleu, he did donate these, was an arms manufacturer in the 30s and 40s. It's a very controversial collection because not these Monets, I don't think, but a lot of the pictures that he collected had been looted from Jewish collectors by the Nazis. So evidently he had very close ties to the Nazis. All right, we have another Monet painting that they feel was taken from Jewish collectors. There was a report done in 2004. Sorry, I was coughing. Basically, they researched paintings, and 5 paintings have been removed because they feel they were taken, and the owners not properly compensated, and even if they were compensated, it was compensation under duress. And here are what the signs say. It says indications of being looted art. And this is a Monet. And it has not been removed, even though it's got one of the blue signs, like the other one. And by the works of art, they have descriptions of who the original owner was and the circumstances around that owner parting with it. This is a Degas. This is another Degas. It was owned by a Jewish collector, Alphonse Kahn. And here are two Van Goghs that give indications of being looted art. So this room contains the research that was done about this one specific. They took one piece of art to give an example of how the research was done to determine how it was acquired. And this is the work of art. It's called, I think, the Sultan. And this was the Jewish collector who owned it. So really interesting stories, very complicated. And here's a Surat, a lot like the, what is it, Sunday in the Park in the Chicago Art Museum. Okay, I have left the Buhl exhibit. Wow, that was exhausting and upsetting, and I didn't expect the intensity. Anyway, but I am out now, and there's that looks like an Alexander Calder, possibly, and I'm going into a Van Gogh exhibit, Matthew Wong and Van Gogh. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna check it out. So Matthew Wong was a Chinese-Canadian artist, tragic story, born in 1984. He died in 2019. He took his own life, started painting when he was 35, and Vincent van Gogh was a major influence in his art. So that's why his works are being displayed next to Van Gogh's. And more art. Okay, I really like these two paintings. I don't know why, but they really speak to me. And then here's another Van Gogh, which is gorgeous. Wow. I have no idea what I'm experiencing. This reminds me of the Kusami Infinity Rooms. Wow. And there's a Van Gogh down here that is just, I find, really captivating. Like the expression on this guy's face and how Van Gogh. Did I say Monet? I meant Van Gogh. It's just beautiful, breathtaking. So this is what the Kunst Museum of Art, where I just was, looks like. It's kind of a box, but yeah, there's an art piece out here. This is part of the museum as well. This is probably the original one. And this is Rodin's Gates of Hell. So I'm going to move up a little closer, get in the shade. And I think we've seen this in Paris. Love Rodin's work. He's got the thinker up there. Very cool. So I'm going to try to go to the FIFA museum. I don't know, that sounds like fun. So I'm going to hop on a tram and head over. Well, I ultimately decided against the FIFA museum, and I am taking a short cruise, I guess you could call it, on Lake Zurich. It's like 90 minutes, so it's not that short. And this is a beautiful view of the lake, and way off in the distance you can see mountains, but way off. So we are going back to where we started. And this is Kunsthaus. This is where I'm staying. And it's a delightful place. And there's a little bit of fall. We are coming into the dock. And the beautiful thing about Zurich is they've got, you know, all kinds of trails along the lake. It's just gorgeous, especially when the weather's lovely like it is now. This is what I see when I get off the train and I'm starting to walk up the hill, and I always think there's people there, but there's not. Clearly an artist type person with a good sense of humor lives there. So once again, I'm walking up the hill. My friend gave me some great advice. She said, take baby steps, look at your feet, and never, ever look up the hill. So it was a busy day, as you've seen. Tomorrow is gonna be great. I guess make sure no one's gonna run over me. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. It's a big day. So buy the shoes, because there's so many cute shoes here, but they're all so expensive. Eat the cake. Not a lot of cake, but maybe tomorrow I'll be in a place where they have really good cake with cream in it. And take the trip, because every day is an adventure. And as Joanne says, say yes to the adventure. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I know I already did my sign off, but the sunset tonight is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. And I just wanted to add, I know there were some pretty serious things in today's video. So yeah, that's part of what travel does. It kind of opens you up to understanding things that maybe you didn't understand quite as well before. So that's another great part of travel. It's sad sometimes, but understanding is, or a start to understanding is really important. Okay, good night.